The New Orleans Pelicans are a young group and a team that defied a lot of odds last year, making the play-in tournament and taking the Phoenix Suns to Game 6, and the young guys showed a lot of heart, and especially with Zion Williamson out, this team played extremely well and shocked and turned a lot of heads. This team is loaded with talent, with Zion Williamson recently signing the max deal. They still have Brandon Ingram and recently getting CJ McCollum. They obviously have the young guys such as Trey Murphy, Herb Jones, Jackson Hayes. Obviously they have Jose Alvarado, who played extremely well in the playoffs guarding Chris Paul, and it's a tough task, man. A lot of people underrated him this season. But real quick, before we talk about the Pelicans and their future and what I think they can do this upcoming NBA season, please make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the bell. Again, the support you guys have been showing has been unreal, and let's get right into the video. The New Orleans Pelicans finished 8th in the Western Conference last year with a record of 36 wins and 46 losses. They ultimately ended up making the play-in tournament and winning and facing off against the Phoenix Suns in the first round of the playoffs, where they ended up taking them to a Game 6 where they defied a lot of odds and came back in the series down 2-0 and ultimately almost even ended up taking them to a Game 7, but they ended up losing. Obviously, Zion Williamson didn't play a single game last season, but in this NBA offseason, he ended up signing a 5-year, $231 million rookie extension and has made the decision that he's going to stick with the Pelicans, and he's all in into this upcoming season. We all know that this team is centered and focused around their all-star Zion Williamson, and the biggest key heading into this year's season if they want to make a deep playoff push is his health. But the good news is that Zion seems like he's in physical peak condition, as videos and Instagram posts all over are showing Zion's new body and him casually doing a 360 windmill, just walking up at a random park with sweats on. And people tend to forget, in the 2020-21 season, this man averaged 27 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists, and played 61 games and was named an all-star that season. Zion is only 22 years old, and I'm telling you guys, with the fit that this Pelicans team has and the amount of rookies and young guys they have around Zion can definitely make some noise this year and help carry this team. Obviously, Brandon Ingram is still on the roster and had a very decent season last year. I mean, not decent, it was pretty good. He averaged 22 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists in 55 games played in. And the play-on tournament, he played pretty well, Obviously, Brandon Ingram, he had to carry a lot of the load this year with Zion not playing. Obviously, CJ McCollum did get traded, so that was a big help. I mean, this trio, CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram, and Zion, can be one of the best trios that we're going to see in the league next year. Obviously, CJ McCollum, he played a great season, man, hitting timely shots in the playoffs and ultimately becoming one of the, lead guards on this Pelicans team. So these three are going to have to be on their top-notch level next year, and I believe that they can do that. CJ McCollum, we all know, man, all-star veteran in the league, and paired up with Zion and Brandon Ingram, he can definitely teach them a lot of things. And let's talk about Jonas Valenciunis, who in the playoffs played extremely well. This man was dropping a double-double every single game. He was very reliable this year with the Pelicans, and he had a great season in general, becoming a shot blocker and somebody who could really create his own offense in the playoffs against the Suns. He really torched DeAndre Ayton in Game 3 and 2, I believe. It was one of those games where he absolutely went off and had 30 points against DeAndre Ayton, doing his spin moves and just being crafty. I know it's kind of weird to say crafty, but in the paint, man, he was getting to his spots and doing what he wanted against DeAndre Ayton. So if Jonas Valenciunis can keep it up, man, this can be a really decent defensive team. Obviously, the starting lineup isn't going to be the best defensive-wise, but, I mean, Jonas Valenciunis is definitely going to help either in the paint. And now, let's talk about the young guys who I've been wanting to talk about this whole time. Obviously, you have Jose Alvarado, the 6-foot point guard who went undrafted and made viral headlines. We all know him for doing that sneaky move where he comes up behind the defender and steals the ball, but in the playoffs and the whole season, he played extremely well. His contract did get upgraded. He had the hard task of guarding Chris Paul in the playoffs, and I believe he did a great job. He frustrated Chris Paul. He was on him and showed great intensity, and he hit the shots when he needed to in the corner threes. fundamentally, he did pretty well scoring-wise in the playoffs. So he's obviously has to make a big leap also going to the next year. Obviously, Herbert Jones being 6'7" with his lengthiness, he helped them a lot defensively, man. Herbert Jones is somebody to look out for. It was just his rookie year, so getting that playoff experience under his belt is obviously extremely well. Same thing with Trey Murphy, man. The rookie, only 22 years old, 6'8". He played extremely well with the Pelicans. So the guys off the bench, yes, they're young, but now at least they have some playoff experience, which is going to be a big factor, and it's definitely going to help them out. Obviously, you have Jackson Hayes and Devonta Graham, who both of those guys have been in some controversies, obviously with the DUI and Jackson Hayes with the other, I believe, some allegations that happens towards him. So hopefully that stuff gets cleared up. I don't know if they're guilty or not. That's just gonna have to go in the court system. But you guys, just looking at the roster right now, it seems like the New Orleans Pelicans, with the amount of young guys they have who are developing at such a fast pace, and then Zion, CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram, that big three, and then in the paint, the big man holding it down, Valenciunis. This team can definitely be a top 6 seed in the West next year, and they're going to shock a lot of people. The chemistry was already getting there, and if Zion comes back healthy, we all know what Zion can do, man. This team can definitely be one of the best teams in the Western Conference next year. But let me know in the comments section your thoughts and opinions on the Pelicans roster, and how far do you guys think that they can make it into the playoffs next year? And in general, what are your thoughts and opinions on the Pelicans? Obviously, they still have guys like Larry Nance Jr. Their new draft picks are expected to be good. I mean, Pelicans have done a great job of, in previous years, not recent, but drafting good guys, obviously with Zion and everything. So let me know in the comment section how far you guys think that the Pelicans will go this year, and just insight in general. And with all that being said, subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the bell to stay updated with NBA and NBA free agency. And man, the support has been unreal, and I'm out. Peace.